Greetings. It's Tony Jane here. I haven't done much live streaming here. Most of it I do at Facebook. I'm blocked from there right now. And this, I, I'm probably going to shut this channel down any minute. I need to send a registered letter to YouTube. And that's going to take a little while putting it together and getting it in the mail and getting an answer. But I'm probably going to shut this channel down. Um, and start up one that's going to be much better secured. That's what I need to write them a letter. You can't get them on the phone, and they don't respond to emails either. Um, if I'm gonna find. Actually, oh yeah, that's what I was going to do. Let's see what Microsoft Network has to say about this. Oh shit, that's right. My phone ain't working. There's an intermittent short in the microphone. And it's like hit or miss when somebody calls, or I try to call somebody if they can hear me or not. Oh well. Well, we got three people here and nobody's saying nothing. Hello, three people, whoever you are. I hope you're friendly. What happened when? Um, oh, the title of this. Um, I've been, I'm a targeted individual. And I've been an object of interest of the FBI since at least 1970. Um, and since I've been online since 1999, hi friendly. Oh hey Joe, what's happening? I don't know why I was warned. He wouldn't say, and my microphone wasn't working at the time. I was about to tell you this fellow here, Joe, is one of the AM beasts. Um, I think he's total. I don't know. He's either the world's best liar or totally in the dark about what those people are really about. One or the other. But Joe's been nice to me, and I mean, he's a right wing nut job, but at least he's not like cruel and stupid. Old lesbian grandma. Oh, bye. Yeah. Oh shit. How do I get to this idiot's channel? And to block his fucking ass. You can't do it from here, from these controls. Here we go. No, that's not it. That's just his profile picture. Oh well, we'll just put this fool in timeout. Anyway, to get back to it, I've been getting stalked. I piss off the left wingers quicker than I piss off the right wingers myself. I call myself middle of the roader. There's some things that I take the more conservative look at, and others I take the more liberal side of. But for the most part, most people are looking for the middle ground. and it takes a real special kind of stupid to think that there's any kind of like real justification for legislation of your morality on everybody else. But anyway, to get back to answering this fellow's question, or I can't tell what this person's question is that this one group of apparently IT contractors, and a lot of them former military, have been harassing me and ripping off my shit and just basically give me a hard time everywhere. They create imposters and shit. And there's this one guy that calls regularly, who calls himself Israel, and he just called the other day not to post to YouTube. Well, fuck that. I'm going to stream live for a little bit. I'm not afraid of anything, I'm just an old hippie. I'm an old hippie artist. I'm actually a biochemist, a zoologist whose career tanked in 1982. When I had a very illustrious early career. I worked real hard as a kid, starting when I was about 8 or 9 years old. I had jobs, and I wanted a career in the Navy, and um, we just couldn't come to terms. And first I decided, well, okay, I'm going to go and make sure I get a degree so I can go straight to OCS, and then we couldn't come to terms again. And I went into medical research, and I couldn't stand all the animal torture around me. I tried to get into my field, which is fisheries out on the West Coast. I found the doors locked and me in the street. My friend rescued me and got me out of there in 1983, and put me behind the desk dispatching trucks for Ranger Nationwide out of Milwaukee. And I couldn't stand that because I had to lie and steal all day long. And I almost had a job lined up at the University of Texas again with the cardiologist Brown and Goldstein, and Reagan cut the funding, and I went straight back to Venice Beach and became what I am. Because I don't want to expose myself to those people at all. But thank you, Jonathan Ross. I really don't want to be involved in this. I got other things. I'm an artist. I got music to make and earn money on, and I got stones to cut and polish and mount to earn money on. I don't have time to fuck around with idiots. I have more fun. If I'm gonna fuck around with idiots, it's I fuck around with the Zionists or transgender idiots or something. Something like I don't waste my time with a bunch of alt-right perverts. Come on, what do I look like? I look like a transgender female. That's what I am. And I'm not claiming to be the same as a woman. I'm a trans feminine male. What the fuck? What's the big deal? Excuse me. What the fuck? I mean, I'm built this way, and I had to suffer most of my life trying to pretend to be male. And Lord knows I'm not very feminine, but shit, I lived in a boy suit for 60 years. Crazy old hippie chick. I'm doing okay in most of my life. It's like these people who want to paint me as things that I'm not because of their own inadequacies or because I'm a threat to their corporate interests, which is really more like it. Because kiwi farmers are being used by somebody that's being paid to come after me. Next, I really didn't want to talk much because I have real bad allergies. And the more my mouth is open talking, the more I choke. This is not COPD. It's dust and pollen sensitivity. Reactive airway syndrome is what I think it's called. My lungs are strong for playing woodwind instruments. And I really don't pollute myself that badly with cigarettes. Virgo Rogue, I think that's Marissa. I don't know. I'm on my own. There's a few people that are in contact with me, and a few people that are hoping that I'll be able to get something together so they can come forward. The only one that there are only two targets of the kiwi farmers that I'm in. I think Virgo Rouge is Marissa in New York City that you're talking about, and that's a female. And then there's Bob McKim, who's kind of a goofy old evangelical guy in Ohio that I'm in contact with. And there's some guy with some train thing named Shaner who's probably sane enough to participate in an action against the kiwi farms. Xenia Jones isn't going to like it when I name her. Neither is two of the. I can't even mention some of these people's names because I promised them. But there's a bunch of people that are ready to file if we can ever get a real lawyer to do it. I'm reluctant to do it on my own. It's the only reason there's never been I have no chance to get anywhere filing out. So that's where we're at on that. And really, I can't even find any criminal hackers to help me at least identify these fuckheads. They're so confident. They keep calling me from. Joe, do you know anything about these phones numbers that I'm getting? I mean, are they calling from real phones, or are they like doing some VoIP shit? Well, contact me and yeah, well, contact me on the side. I don't want to talk about too much of this shit in public. Tell you the truth, I didn't want to talk about it much at all. I was kind of like in the middle of shit over here at Twitter. I was gonna read some news. This is what I was gonna do. Because like the world is inching closer and closer. The fascist leaders of the world are all good. My friends are on it. Oh, I got several friends are retweeting these. Good. Started over here. Oh no, that was something else. Here's the story. This U.S. defense contractor posts job offering for classified contingency operation. This is at LinkedIn now. And this is the diversion. The real shit's about getting ready to jump off in Syria near the Turkish border. Geopolitical and potentially sensitive information. This job posting mentions classified contingency operations in Ukraine and was posted a mere 15 days ago. This incident between the Russian and Ukrainian navies in the Kerch Strait. Yeah, I have not seen any confirmation of this story, but the claim is that the Russians intercepted an SADM on a tug that they rammed. That's a special single infantry person. That I think it's good for about 8 kilotons in boom. Right south front, the U.S.-based defense contractor company Mission Essential accidentally revealed the U.S. military specialist deployment in the combat zones in Ukraine via a job advertisement on LinkedIn. Oh boy, whatever happened to the good old Soldier of Fortune magazine? Ukraine conflict. The public posting suggests U.S. Special Forces operations are indeed active and ongoing as tensions with Russia soar. Nice. Holy shit. There's Mission Essential is accepting applications for linguist candidates who speak Ukrainian to provide foreign language interpretation and translation services to support classified contingency operations in support of the U.S. military in Ukraine. What a great thing to post at the fucking LinkedIn. Specifically, the linguist will support their assigned unit up to 7 days per week for a minimum of 8 hours per day, which can be extended to 12 hours or longer depending on mission requirements. That 12 hours or longer could turn into 72 quick. Speak and write in clear and concise grammar and pronunciation, Ukrainian English, have a familiarity with and ability to conduct oneself in accordance with the local culture and customs, have the ability to deal inconspicuously with local populace if necessary. Sounds like they need a spy. Be willing and able to live, work, and travel in harsh environments, to include living and working in temporary facilities as mission dictates. Have the ability to serve in combat zone if necessary. Have the ability to function effectively and efficiently during extended periods of high pressure and stress. Have the ability, basically we need a mercenary that speaks bilingual mercenary. Have the ability to function as an integral member of a team of highly trained professionals responsible for the safety and security of U.S. forces and foreign dignitaries and facilities and resources. Minimum requirements: U.S. citizens speaking and writing clear and concise grammar pronunciation. Minimum level C1 on the CEFR grading scale. Desired requirements: possess a TS SCI clearance. or higher for this position. Mission Essential considers all applicants without race, color, blah, 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 blah. Be wage slave or you're complicit. Let's see what else is in the news. See if I can find that shit about Syria. There's something cooking with a U.S. base up in the northeast corner of Syria near the Turkish border with the Kurds. Yeah, they're getting ready to do something. And that's where they think, like, this all in Ukraine is all they say is just diversion. What do we got here? We can put that away. That's an interesting site, a fellow. His blog is called The Absurd Times, and his blog today was Truth About Bush, Trump, and Sanders. He told me, you know, I was like, wait a minute. When I looked at it, it was like, oh, wait a minute. There's, you know, not really much there. You left out the meat of the bullshit with Bush. I don't really feel like reading it either. Wasn't that? It's okay. He says there's more to come. So let's put that away. The Jewish state. Oh, this is proof that Herzl was like not Jewish. Wasn't saying anything Jewish. I don't want to read that either. Live control room. Let's see who's here. What do we got here? Got a bunch of messages held for review. Later, Joe. Is this video accurate? We'll find out.
Let her talk for a little.
Oh, Jesus, no. No. It's nonsense. It's a projection of their own fucking madness on me. The full story is that the woman, I met her through a rainbow person, and they're kind of conspiracy nuts. And I had asked her, she was doing nice PowerPoint presentations. Oh boy, we have a caller from Oregon. Hello, Frank. Oh, my info is easy to find. Anyway, the woman was she did nice PowerPoint presentations. I asked her to do something specific and she didn't do it. And when I told her I didn't like it, she blew up on me. Next thing I know, she's yelling at me from YouTube. So I got in her face there a little bit. And that was the last I saw of her until I heard that she had died about 6 months later. Next. Yes. You children really shouldn't call me from unmasked numbers. I'm coming after all of you. Regarding the woman in the yard, who is this asshole anyway? Regarding the woman in the yard, she died. It was her time to die, and she died quietly with no help from anything. She had a bad heart, and she was overweight, and she was on psych meds, and she was in recovery from hard drugs, and her heart gave out, and she died. Big deal. You need to stop. You need to stop calling me, boys. Who the fuck is this person anyway? Get rid of him. I'm now trying to figure out who he is. You just really fucked up on this. I want to be able to just like go block, goodbye. Oh, how about that? We got nine people here. Anyway, I was just gonna tootle a little bit even. This flute's really got a nice tone. Uh, 666. I don't want you in my audience. You're toxic. How much are you gonna give me in Bitcoin? No, well, all of you. You know, I'm not interested in any of your reality at all. I mean, like, get the fuck out of my life. Really, you're consider yourselves ignored. You're not here. I don't know you. I don't want to know you. You're just a bunch of fucking perverts. Go die. Well, let's see what's cooking here, because I'm really more into like finding out um exactly what's going on. You know, if anybody's paying any attention, Paris is on fire and not showing signs of calming down at all. Um, Speak, because this is the last time you're calling. I'm blocking this number. Bye, boys. All right, Izzy, the phone's not working well. What can I do for you? I can't hear you. Are you there? Yeah, well, you're blocked. No. Who the fuck is Izzy? Anyway. Someone upset about me talking about who's Izzy? I don't even know who Izzy is. Probably one of the trainees that the Kiwi farmers harassing. Oh, Izzy might have, was it Zinnia? I don't know. Whoever it was wasn't talking to me. I could hear the echo in the background. They're probably recording it for using somewhere else. Oh, here it is. How to be good. Oh, she did. She did get it. She did get it. Jenny Boylan is one of our transgender role models who happens to be like a college English professor or something like that. And she's, she writes for the New York Times. Am I going to have to go and do something slick to be able to read this? Is the paywall going to jump up on me? Oh, it's a new month. I have a couple of freebies before they start charging me. Okay. This is by Jennifer Finney Boylan on today, December 3rd, 2018. Why are gender reveal parties a thing? They say a lot more about our culture than they do about the sex of our soon-to-be children. And she starts out with this image taken from a video provided by the Forest Service. Shows the moment a gender reveal party sparked a wildfire in Green Valley, Arizona in April of 2017, which I think is like not far from Tucson. I know you've been wondering what on earth has been causing the outbreak of wildfires in 2018, a year that set records not just in California, which has experienced the largest blaze on record, but also in Scandinavia, where in July a fire broke out for the first time north of the Arctic Circle. Okay. President Trump visited California in the wake of this deadly fire season and offered neither solace nor sympathy, let alone any awareness of the role climate change may have played. Instead, he allowed as how one of the issues was as fake news. But I'm here to tell you that at least one of the fires, the Sawmill Fire in Arizona, which burned 45,000 acres last spring, is the result of a much more complex problem: gender reveal parties. Bless you, Jenny. She'd asked what she wanted to include in it in this. She told us she was going to write this, and I pointed out this particular fire. Boy, that's the main theme of the story. Back on April 23rd, 2017, a man named Dennis Dickey and his wife Rita gathered their friends in the desert south of Tucson, I told you it's near here, to unveil the sex of their forthcoming baby. The festivities included detonating an explosive called tannerite that puffs blue or pink smoke, the way one does. Mr. Dickey shot the explosive with a high-powered rifle, and in short order, there was a column of blue smoke rising in the Arizona desert. Unfortunately, also rising in the desert were flickering flames from the dry bush that the tannerite had likewise ignited. Thanks to a video released by the Forest Service last month, you can watch the whole thing unfold on YouTube. The video ends with someone shouting, "Start packing up, start packing up." The result of the fire raged for over 6 days and took more than 800 firefighting personnel to contain. Mr. Dickey, who works as a Border Patrol agent, has described the day as probably the worst of his life and has been put on probation for 5 years. He has agreed to pay the state back over $8 million in damages for the Sawmill fire, starting with an initial down payment of $100,000. Because the fire was clearly an accident, Mr. Dickey hasn't been charged with arson or lost his job with the Border Patrol. This, even though you'd have to think one of the main ways of protecting the border would not be setting it aflame. Still, all of this trouble could have been avoided if there was no such thing as a gender reveal party. If, like me, you've been out of the loop, gender reveal parties are a thing. And by a thing, I mean a robustly advancing sector of the party industry. One retailer, Party City, sells 1 million gender reveal parties items a year. The makers of Tannerite, meanwhile, advertise their product as best baby gender reveal ever in a goofy video set to a death metal soundtrack that suggests that a high-powered rifle was a detonator. Oh, here's Josh Moon. Fuck you, man. I already know who your number. There are other clever ways of revealing your baby's gender. If you have a few hours free, you can shut up, go away. I'm not going to answer the phone. The phone's not working right anyway, and I want nothing to do. This is here. I'm mainly doing this to demonstrate to YouTube that having Josh Moon and his sociopathic friends have any relation to my channel is a detriment to my channel. So what this is the main reason I went live tonight was to have this as evidence to give to the fucking legal department. There are other clever ways of revealing your baby's gender. If you have a few hours free, you can find online videos of parents shooting off blue or pink water from fire hoses to announce the joyful news, or slicing open a cake filled with colored marbling. One family invited friends over and had their pet alligator. Seriously, man, I'm not playing. One family invited friends over and had their pet alligator bite open a colored balloon. I like that one, but as I watched it, I had reason afresh to consider the state of Florida a place that the more I learn about it, the less I understand. I remember when the obstetrician revealed the genders of our own children. Oh. Not smoking inside has really helped my environment a lot. Not just dust sleep on my desk. Where was I? I remember when the obstetrician revealed the genders of our own children back in the day, and I recall well a sense of wonder the news brought us. Knowing the sex of our child felt as if we had cut in half the number of possible futures our family might find itself in. There's a way in which, in the heart of pregnancy, that was very comforting. But celebrating a child's gender before it's born is tricky business. It sets expectations for who that child will be. It also leaves the unfortunate impression that gender is the most important thing to celebrate about that child, and sometimes it's just plain wrong. As a late transitioning transgender person, I've experienced both sides of a lot of this world. I've been both the best man and a matron of honor, and I can tell you that being a matron of honor is a lot more fun. Being best man felt a little bit... Being the best man, seriously, Josh, fuck off. Go chug some bleach. Boy, being a best man got me. That was my fucking brother's bachelor party. Was just me and his buddy, and a bottle of Jack Daniels. Big bottle of Jack Daniels. Where am I? Being best man felt a little bit like being a security guard at a very sketchy nightclub. Nah, that wasn't mine at all. I've attended bachelor parties as well as bridal showers. In this instance, I give the nod to bachelor parties, although that may be only because the one I went to in my boy days featured a guy named Amazing Larry riding a unicycle while juggling bowling pins and wearing a leotard. At the bridal shower, my girlfriends and I mostly said ooh and ah as we opened up boxes of high-end lingerie, which was fun, but let's be honest, Victoria's Secret is no match for an Amazing Larry. As a transgender person, I thought my eyes were pretty wide open when it came to gender issues. I tried to avoid defining either of my children based on their sex and encourage them to find their own path wherever it might lead. But I was still caught off guard when my older child came out to me as transgender at age 23. The news stunned me and left me for a little while unable to speak. Then I put my arms around her, and just as my own mother had put her arms around me and told her that I loved her, just as my own mother had said those words to me. Would a moment like this have come about if I greeted the news of my child's gender back in 1994 with an exploded Tannerite device ignited with a shotgun? Possibly, but I'm hoping that in spite of all the mistakes I'm sure I made as a parent over the years, letting my child know that I was always love her, no matter what her gender, was not one of them. What does bringing a new life into the world actually mean in the end, besides lighting a fire, passing the flame of your own life on to a new generation? But I can assure you that fire will glow whether your child is male or female or even something in between. Really, you guys, I'm not interested. I'm not taking calls. My phone isn't working right. Every single one of those phone numbers is going to be investigated. I guess it's time to pay for the service again. It's only $10 a month for me to track you people down. Anything legal you have showing. Where was I? There are a lot of things to celebrate about a new baby. Gender isn't one of them. Instead, we should celebrate our child's humanity with all of its complex, contradictory potential with open-heartedness and love. She's so sweet. She's such a kind woman. She's a professor of English at Barnard College, which I think is part of Columbia. And she's the author of a novel called Long Black Veil. Probably many others. That's probably just her most recent. Let's see if there's anything I want to respond to here. Play hot cross buns. No. That's it. Nobody said anything since. Not hard to believe. I don't have COPD. Oh, look at this guy. I don't have COPD. I've got. You hear that? I've got strong lungs. I can't. Nobody with COPD plays one of these things like I do. I'm not going to talk to Josh except the fucking court of law. As a matter of fact, you people are trying to drive me to suicide. You're trying to incite violence against me. Why should I talk to Josh on public? I talk to him. Want to meet me in a court of law? I'll be glad to, motherfucker. Sneasel too. And the asshole that calls himself Glarius or whatever the fuck he is. You're not my reality. You obsess on things that happened 35 years ago. You're out of here. You gonna send me Bitcoin for this? Give me some Bitcoin for that. You asked for hot cross buns. I'm gonna go looking for some of these channels. I don't understand why I can't get the channel off of out of the chatter. I can report you. I can put you in timeout. This looks like this is the dude. Seriously, I'm not interested in taking calls.
I'm gonna try my talking lead because I'm going against Rogue One.
Hello.
I'm well happy about this. this is.
Yeah, there's no point answering the phone if you aren't going to talk. Bye. Yeah. Don't bother calling. I'm not going to answer it. Okay, I don't know if this is the same guy or not, but we're going to block him anyway, just to be on the safe side. He's a gamer. Lives in a video world. Block. Who else we got here? Let's see how many other Mike Hunts we come up with. I'll just block them all. Oh, there it is. That's the one he's using. Get rid of this idiot. Been around too. What else we gotta get rid of? Oh no, that isn't him. Yeah, my phone is not. There's my microphone is shorted out. I'm waiting on a new phone. I'm not taking any calls. Hello, Tiffany. How are you? What a bunch of just losers, you know. I'm gonna me bored mostly. That's right. No, I won't talk to Noel. He can put $200 into my PayPal and I'll talk to Noel. And that's real money, not Bitcoin. I won't talk to any of you without a payment up front. That's the way it's going to be. Otherwise, we're going to go to court and talk about this. As it is, why should I talk to Noel? Kid's an idiot. How about you're blocked? I'm not a pedo. I happen to be like sell it for a long time. And if I give it up, it's to an adult transgender man. Okay? So like you're out of here and you're gonna get blocked. Let's find this Mike Hunt. We haven't even found the right Mike Hunt yet. I'll end up blocking every Mike Hunt at that's not him. That's not him. God, there's tons of them, and I don't see the avatar, the photo he's using. Jesus, there's tons of them. I'd be blocking my console all night long if I blocked them all. Okay, who else needs blocking? Oh yeah. You're out of here. You're out of here. You're fucking out of here. How do you block these people and keep them gone? I can only block them for a little while, and there's no way to. There's no way. Okay, we'll report this as like just fucking harassment. I don't care if you go down rude to my audience. You're fucking talking shit, man. You're gone. Oh, let's find this one. Okay, where's the channel with that name? Oh, great. There's a bunch of those too. Which one is this one? No, you haven't. But you know, there's they're sociopaths. They're Schadenfreude junkies. They get their jollies pissing people off. I'm just not gonna rise to it. Um, there's government has an interest in their corporate interests. You know, there's nobody in any honest branch of government that would fuck with me. But their corporate interests have been doing it for many years, and that's what this is all about. I'm real tired of it, and I'm not gonna engage it anymore because it is so tiring. Shit, there's tons of these too. Great, wonderful. I'll just report it as bullying and bullshit. Anyway, that was Jenny's piece, her most recent piece. I don't know much going on Twitter right at the moment. Boy, I was going at it hot and heavy with the Zionists all day. Oh, good. A bunch of people retweeting that piece. Oh. Not much going on there. Oh boy, Trump's been taking it at the G20. Even Morale, what's it? Moreno, Morale, the Bolivian president. Oh, poor baby. Now here's one. The Venezuelan president compared him to Hitler. Venezuela's socialist president, Nicolas Maduro, aired his frustrations over the U.S. sanctions imposed on Venezuelan government in a tirade in which he compared President Trump to Adolf. According to the AP News, Maduro exclaimed, just like Hitler persecuted the Jewish people, Donald Trump persecutes the people of Venezuela. You better hope not. In an attempt to offset the effects of U.S. economic sanctions, Maduro also announced he would raise the minimum wage in Venezuela by 150%. Now I can read this whole thing because then they go off and they're trashing Maduro. Brett Kavanaugh. You mean the one that wasn't? Yeah, I can read all that because that's like that's fun. The Hill Report, whoever the hell that is. Am I following them? No, and I'm not gonna. Israel will bring Armageddon to war to the world sooner or later. Is this it? Is this the thing that they're talking about? They're just talking about the Yinon plan, the plan for Greater Israel. UNC Review. I never heard of them. America's Jews are driving America. They have dual citizenship. I don't find that thing about. I don't even remember when it came through my feed. It was just like, oh boy, I need to read that later. And then I forgot about it. And now I'm looking for it. And I don't even know where it is. Well, here's the Middle East Monitor on it. Military option on table against Iran. Oh, this is talking about because there's just a task force, carrier task force, just entered the Med. 5-ship task force around one of the nuclear carriers. It was George Washington, I think it was. No, they were already there. We didn't check the deployments, but there was there was another carrier task force steaming into the Med this week. U.S. will not hesitate to use military force against Iran, a State Department official said on Thursday, displaying weaponry he said Tehran had sent to different proxies. They're pissed about a tank missile that the anti-tank missile that the Hamas got hold of and blew up an Israeli bus, and really made them, just send them a real strong message because they waited for all the soldiers to get off the bus and then they blew it up. That really pissed them off. And then they seem to have gotten some. The ones they make are just like they're make them from hard plumbing parts and cat piss powered. They make some shit with cat piss, and they got no payload. They can't carry much explosion, but they got something that could take the whole front of the house off. And that pissed them off too. Fortunately, the Ethiopian immigrant who was in there got her kids out of there before the thing hit. The U.S. has taken a much harsher stance on Iran since President Trump took office. Trump pulled Washington out of the Iran nuclear deal. Blah 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 blah. This is all blah blah blah. Where's the shit that I want to see about? There's a big buildup in northeastern Syria, and it involves the Turks and the Kurds and one of the insurgency armies that the Fuck Us Alliance is running against the Syrians. I'm not finding it. Let's see if we can find it the hard way. See, I know the Kurds got something to do. Let's see if KPT brings up anything. This is from April. See, this is U.S. forces in Syria building more outposts, pulling up lawn chairs. New Syria, yeah. See, they set up 2 bases in Syria. In the region of Manbij. This is like an age in North Syria. So what are they doing there? U.S.-backed Kurdish-led forces who hold Manbij are facing backed Syrian. I'm not taking any calls tonight. If I never take any calls, and this could be very well the last broadcast on this channel. So I don't need to be swarmed with demented trolls. I don't want any connection to the Kiwi farm, and I want to be able to block these people as soon as they show up. Otherwise, I'll go to another place. No. Oh boy. uh, let's see if we can find anything fresher, because this is where it's at. This is where they expect Armageddon to start. And it's the Turks want to take this back too. You can't tell the players without a scorecard. Let's see what news says. Do we have anything fresher? I saw India. What do I want India for? What the fuck? None of this has anything to do with Syria. Huh. Nothing fresh. It's all from April. And I think it just came through my feed too fast when I wasn't in a position to say anything about it or do anything with it. Hell with it. See if anything interesting is going on in the chat right now. Or just more idiots. No, I didn't know that. Oh, well, that would be no surprise, but it's been going on for a long time. There's I had to get no. Those are all imposters. There's an imposter at DeviantArt I complained about. I think they finally took it down. Reddit. I don't post there at all. There's an imposter here at YouTube. There's an imposter at actually it's an unauthorized fan page at Facebook. Someone told me today, it's like, here, I don't want to go looking for it. Someone told me today not to apologize, or what was it? I forget what it was, but it's like these people just hate me because what I say is dangerous to them. No, I don't post any. I don't post it. No, I have a presence at Facebook. I have a presence at Twitter. Google Plus is shutting down. There's a new site called MeWe, or it's a. Well, I'll keep that in mind. I shouldn't even. Um, shouldn't even contact them. No, I should not even respond to them. No, I got stones I want to sell. I got friends who have art that I'm trying to push. I have like serious political issues that I'm involved with people. How do we get rid of? You can't get rid of these people. We just got to put them in timeout for a while. Okay. I was told to search for Joshua Jew Fingers Moon. Oh, look at that. He made the news. He made the Crow Cells news. This is from December 29, 2016. That's Eero Cells, internal server error. Oh. Oh, there's even a picture of him. Oh, puppy face little punk. Keller Williams Realty has refused to sanction their agent, Candy Potter, also known as Candace Lynn Potter and Candace Potter, for housing and funding the notorious cyberbully Joshua Connor Moon, also known as Joshua Moon or Josh Moon, while he operates an infamous internet hate cyberbullying website called Kiwi Farms. Kiwi Farms and Joshua Moon target the disabled, particularly people with autism, LGBT, Jews, Muslims, other minorities, highly accomplished people, vulnerable people, etc. Joshua Connor Moon was recently banned on Twitter for soliciting fingers of Jews for necklaces and for calling for genocide of Muslims. What a piece of work. Jeffrey D. Adamson is a broker and team leader at Keller Williams Realty Emerald Coast, who was told about Candy Potter's actions. I spoke to her. He committed suicide after being viciously bullied with a 193-page thread on Joshua Moon's Kiwi Farms. I think they're coming up on 700 pages or something with mine. And the last one, and then these idiots think I read all that shit. I haven't even been on that site hardly at all in months. And another message board, I never tap that shit. I don't even open. In the last month, Frantech Solutions discontinued its support for Kiwi Farms, forcing Josh Moon to find an alternative web host. Joshua Connor Moon's Kiwi Farms was stripped of his PayPal account, terminated the AdSense account at Kiwi Farms. Redbubble stopped selling Joshua Moon's Kiwi Farms paraphernalia after being alerted that Kiwi Farms hate cyberbullying webs. Thank you for that tip. There's more. I've never found very much on these guys. There's let's see what else we got here. I'm not gonna talk to the puckhead. Here, this is Sam Ambreen. Isn't that Sam? Isn't that crazy motherfucker? Guys, now I don't remember. That's just some information. This documents a lot of shit though. That's a good link too. He's got links to a bunch of shit, and he's listing all the suicides. There've been like 5 of them, dozens of attempts, and 2 school shootings that are associated with that site. Oh, I'm only muting the idiots. I really just don't want to deal with the people who want to know about like minors and dogs that were in my life 30 years ago or more. Yeah, I'm gonna look into that one. Marissa would probably like to be here right now, but I don't want to call her. It's getting late out there. And my phone's not working right. He claimed to whoever he's calling from Virginia telephone. He claimed to be in Russia the other day. Let's see what else this is going to give me. Josh Moon left at the lights. No, that's Sam. Yeah, that's about it. Let's see what this one is. June 19, 2018 from Paste Bin. Put up there by Feline Dark Mage. Feline Dark Mage is one of the assholes that's really been trying to put people on me. They got a transgender person that they had infiltrated in one of my groups that like got weird, and I blocked her from the group. Next thing I know, she's attacking me with them. Talking about some Stockholm syndrome. Yeah, that's a pretty good one too. This is by Feline Dark Mage. Oh, this is probably that other one. What do you guys know about fascist furries? Because that's what he is, or he's got a fetish. Got a total bunch of fetishes. He likes the gun. And Sneasel, who wants to tell me about Sneasel? What do we got going here? Well, thanks. How do you say your name? Seeb? Call Virgo Rouge over to Google Hangouts. Google Hangouts haven't been working real well for me lately. I'll see what I can do. Because my phone isn't working right. There's a short in the microphone. So the camera, the webcam is all I got. Anything important here? Yes, money. More money. No, that's nice. My photos are popular. I don't got a camera right now. I'm just a feeling, man. Where's my brother? He's not there. I think I sent her an invitation, but let's see if so I never. Oh, there she is. Now let's see. Alt Furries. Sneasel's original name. Oh. He called me from a Jew boy. Lovely. He's not in the South. He's in Michigan. His aunt called. He called from his aunt's phone when they had that big cast about me. They tried to call me. He called from his aunt's house, and Josh called from his Virginia-based cell phone. And the aunt gave me mommy's number. He's living in mommy's basement, unemployed. Spends his days trolling his moral and intellectual superiors. This is cute though. Icarus 69, aka Michael Patrick Watts, born January 21st, 1990, is a glorified / tard ass as well as a former YouTube troll who enjoys a little board fagging now and then. Ironically, he began his trolling, the term is used loosely, around late '07. He started off not by trolling, but by publicly being trolled by some other random retards. Later, he spent most of his time pursuing Gay Diamond, although albeit never making it to the level some others did. The real attention whoring started with his subsequent face fagging when he jumped on the Chris Chan bandwagon, gaining notoriety by convincing Chris to send him one of his Sanchu medallions when his friend posed as Blanca Weiss talking to the retard via telephone. Lesser known, however, is that in the past, Icky has left an even bigger trail of faggotry for himself, much of it equal to the butthurt whines of any ass beats he claims to troll so hard. Basically, if you're a 20-year-old goth nerd still living with your grandparents in some backward suburb in the South, a lot of tried meat speak and self-aggrandization can work wonders. So what do we got here? Oh, that's just, he's got all sorts of shit in there. God, this is why I don't want anything to do with you people. I'm an artist. I'm trying to peddle stone and music. I don't have anything to do with this fucking idiot world. Sell out. Yeah. I'm gonna give a lot. Police don't give a fuck. Police totally don't give a fuck. That wouldn't surprise me one little bit. True fact: the stocks Lawful LLC are mostly owned by the Jewish Internet Defense Force, the IDF's online counterpart. That's all those the Kahanist creeps. They're so anti-Semitic, though. I don't understand that. I don't know who Bob Chandler was. Somebody called me and gave me a hard time. Oh, is that Bob Chandler is Christine's father? They had an imposter they were running at Bob McKim, driving him nuts. Well, I need a short tobacco break. Excuse me. I'm gonna go puff a few outside. If any of you want to try to feed me with some bullshit, you're welcome to. I've had a lot of people tell me that they want to help with this, and they either can't because they're victims and they're looking for help themselves and don't really have much except the people that are trying to, like, provide me with intel. That's always bullshit. And here's my email address. I normally do, but they've made it real impossible for me. They've related his channel to mine. It's crazy. They're letting them steal my shit with impunity and harass me all over the place, everywhere. And it's not just YouTube; it's that Twitter's doing it. Nobody's really taking any. Nobody's really come at me hard at Twitter, but at Facebook they do. And a few people have come at me at Twitter with their shit, and Twitter let it stand. I don't need that shit. Okay. One of my allies is at it. Oh, jeez. The Zionists just will not own anything. They just won't own anything. Here's somebody trying to dismiss a letter signed by almost 300 Holocaust survivors, 327 Holocaust survivors. In I guess it was 2014. Yeah, the 2014 they were condemning the bombing of Gaza, among other things. And here he's trying to dismiss it. It's a minority of the survivors of Shoah. Yeah, well, there's 327 of them that said you guys are like doing worse than the Germans did. I never saw. I watched a lot of. I watched a whole lot of film of the war when I was young because I mean they force feed it to us in Sunday school all the time, and our elementary school too. I mean just constantly. Uh, they want to make sure we understood that this should never happen here. And I don't recall the Germans having fun with, brutalizing the Jewish people or shooting them. They weren't like high-fiving each other, doing little dances when they shot somebody. And so one of these motherfuckers posted a picture of a child's head in the crosshairs of his sniper rifle at Instagram. These are not Jews. Jews don't do that kind of stuff. And then they're trying to call me a fake Jew and an anti-Semite and a traitor and all this other happy shit. It's like, wait a minute. You guys are violating Torah on more levels than I can fit into one tweet, and you're calling me an anti-Semite. So let's see what's going on in the land of twits. Betty Bowers, I love her. She's so wonderful. Here she's going off on Eric Trump. Here's Eric's tweet. Is of all ugliness in politics, the utter disrespect George Conway shows toward his wife, her career, place of work, and everything she has fought so hard to achieve might top them all. And Kellyanne Poles is a great person. Frankly, his actions are horrible. Oh, Kellyanne's old man dumped on her? I missed that one. Your dad cheated on your mom. Here's Betty. She's a sweetheart. I love her shit. Your dad cheated on your mom, called tabloids your mom, read to brag it was the best sex his mistress ever had, divorced your mom, cheated on his mistress/wife, and cheated on next mistress/wife with porn stars. So your father's disrespect toward his wives does top. What do we got here? Oh, who's Rashida? Rashida Tlaib, is that one of the new Muslim women in Congress? She's leading the delegation to the West Bank. And she says she supports boycotting Israel, and trip is meant to counter one-sided visits funded by pro. Cool. We read that earlier. I can't give this thing with Theresa May. The look on her face, just like someone takes herself seriously. Well, here's when will Trump voters realize they've been had from Market Watch. I don't feel like reading that either. There's somebody drooling. Why do what? How? This is disability rights. That's why he's drooling. He's had 3 strokes. Oh my God. This guy's had 3 strokes, brain tumor, can't speak and can't walk for more than 3 minutes, and he has to appeal after benefits bosses declared him fit for work-related activity, which means his benefits were cut. They just demoted the guy. The deputy, there was a deputy that appeared with pants that was wearing a QAnon patch, and he got demoted, but they should have fired his ass. That Paris is like burning. We have 4,327 days left until it's too late to stop the devastating life-threatening effects of global warming. France is attempting to lead the global warming fight by instituting a fuel tax, but the French people are not having it, sadly. Well, instead of paying the fuel tax, use it invested in a bicycle. Oh, this sounds like fun. Nuclear war on Christmas. Thanks to what is going on with the cap covering the impact views on the MKB RB for the Minuteman ICBM. Do we really want to look at that? I got all kinds of wild shit here about nuclear bombs. Turn it in. Yeah, there's really not much going on here. And I've been my voice is shot. Oh, looky here. We have this Sneasel asshole. Good. Now, that person is a psychopath. He lives in his mother's basement. He does nothing but harass people all day and all night. And as long as he's here, I'm going to wish you all a good evening and leave. So I really don't need this person in my life, and I'm going to do everything I can to get him out of it, even if I have to do something illegal. Happy day. Thanks for watching. Bye.